August 1st, 2024. Yesterday it got a lot better. A hell of a lot better. The riffraff started, so I started going through everything again. And when people realize Pete is a drug dealer, they scatter. Tuesday I was in Alliance in Walmart. Some guy was on the phone. We found the tape where in April, at Walmart on the Strip, a police officer in uniform, where I walk in, some guy's on the phone. I listened to that phone call, or the recorded line. He said, and that agent did admit to telling on her before. And he did talk to her like that, they better take care of this. Well, an officer in uniform comes up, it's like April, 26th, 28th of 24, Walmart on the Strip, they still have it. Officer in uniform shows up by the canned veggie aisle. Karen, we all know nobody drugs anybody but the drug cartel. And there was a drug cartel in your home before. We all know that guy told on you before. I want to know how he heard it. He takes off after. Then over by the ladies' clothing aisle, we're still in the grocery aisle, bumps up next to it. Some guy's on the phone with that guy Kurt that the sheriffs made fun of in 21 for being slow, for falling for this. Okay? The guy's on the phone, Kurt, none of this is funny. They have these people tape, they made everything up on her. They have that agent on a recorded line admitting he told on her before. And he was in it with Dave and stole their money. None of this is funny. Go up front. Yeah, I'm strange with her granddaughter. Now, what did they just say? It's a cartel. It's all made up on me. The agent's in it with Dave. He told on me before. I mean, it was like a hotbed of, oh my Lord, under tape and audio. Uncle Dave said he had someone tape her before. People that worked the case bust out laughing when we walked outside. Took her long enough to confess she was in it with Dave with those stocking tapes. Her family was already linked to the following around it. Now she's in it with those stocking tapes. Her kids better never verify anything on those tapes. They already admitted they drugged her and told her to say it before. They photoshopped everything and made everything up on her, and the police already have them taped defending her. That means they were in it with Dave the whole time, and the police better arrest him. Okay? They found that tape. I've had probably over 20 people admit on a recorded line, including officers, that agent admitted to telling on me and speaking to everyone before me. See, that's that big 4-day loophole they talk about. Also in Walmart on Alliance, where they were talking, we listened to that tape where the police even know that agent told on her before. Okay? Then girls by the front register on Tuesday in Alliance. This last Tuesday in Alliance. We found the tape where even the police had told her ex-husband that they knew she was innocent before, years ago, back in 19, honey. January 25th, 2019, that they knew was innocent before. Oh, and that, January 25th, 2019, for the police always knew she was innocent before. They were talking about it at the station. Some guy was mailing his guy out from a team, said, if she's innocent, I'll pay a fine or bail. Said, no, the police already knew she was innocent before. And they knew somebody else did something wrong before. They also said that agent was trying to put a fine on her for saying something, and the police won't let him because he can't do it. And that guy offered to pay the fine or bail. No man's to say a word. He can't tell her she can't say anything. No, he can't. That's when people started talking about the big 4-day loophole. What's that? It's what she got sucked into. From the time she called the FBI, that agent went around speaking with everyone and telling everyone she called the FBI before he talked to her. He was witnessed by the police telling on her for calling the FBI. And then on a recorded line, admit several times he met with everyone, told on her for calling the FBI, bullies her, lists her informant with money and immunity, and then threatens her. But it all goes back. He's already told everyone. He told first, even before she was an informant. He created this giant legal loophole she got sucked into. They could never get rid of it. He stuck with me. Like my friend from the prosecutor's office, they could never legally drop you. They actually try to kill you. They could hire someone else to kill you and wait. Law enforcement can never drop you because they can always wait and try to kill you later. You'll have to be in some kind of witness protection program the rest of your life because they can try to kill you again. And that agent, like you said, that agent don't have enough authority to ask you to stay quiet. He's only a higher police officer. The police would know that. Oh, I talked to the police out of this area. Oh, yeah. Takes a judge for the freedom of speech to take your freedom of speech away. He was only bullying you. I told him, I said, well, he confessed on a recorded line several times. He was already at that church, witness, telling him. He admits several times. He told him, he can't talk to you like that. And he can't ask you to stay quiet and get the money for working the case and only for working the case. And they can't ever legally drop you. They try to kill you, Karen. They could always try to kill you again. They could wait. It'd be illegal for the FBI to drop you for any reason. They can put you in another witness protection program, but they have to speak to you first. Now, I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure this is a big racket that FBI agent John and Pete have going. Because you think of this scenario, and this is where people gave up. See, yesterday they were following me, and I said, you do realize Pete's a drug dealer. He's a human trafficker. They sell women and children for sex slaves and to be murdered. Like my friend from the prosecutor's office, it is $1 billion a year selling people to perverts, to rape and to kill. It's $1 billion business. These people taking money off that, Pete, you have blood of dead children and women on your hands. That's how he got the money to pay you. He had to sell a human being to be murdered and raped and tortured, from small children to grown women. He sells people for a living. You got blood on your hands. That you took blood money. See, that's where people pulled in the gas station with me. They all, ever since that Pete confessed it was him, he was no retired judge. He was no judge. They found out he was a drug dealer selling people. Nobody finds it funny anymore. Where did you think a retired serial killing judge was funny in the first place? That whole scenario is not even funny either. That some psycho retired judge is killing and raping and drugging people and selling people, that's not funny. Makes him a vile, sick criminal. Do you remember Nixon and Watergate? He bugged offices. He got impeached. He almost went to jail. He was president. You can't break the law when you're even the president. You ever hear, no man's above the law? I'm in immunity for life, and I wouldn't dream of breaking the law. I have one traffic ticket. One. That idiot ran around telling everybody I had charges. And these fucking idiots believed him. He told people I was listed insane, and I work 2 jobs. Notary. When I stamp and sign, stands up in court. I take care of people like that. So the whole scenario of that, let's see. I don't get Social Security disability, don't have a guardian, don't have a social worker. Never stayed in a state hospital. Never had a judge take my rights away. Don't get Social Security disability every month and a free apartment and free utilities and free money from the government every month for being disabled. Never got that either. So is he lying? Yes. And these people lap the shit that comes out of his mouth up like dogs. He could tell anybody anything and they just believe it. You know, in the Bible it talks about people believing lies and delusions and causing people to be damned in the end times. Yeah. No, I'm telling you, the whole scenario. Dave hires a drug dealer, a serial killer, a child molester, sells women and children for sex slaves and murder. He hires him. My God. I'm telling you, the scenario of Pete and John being in it together, where they keep claiming it, makes more sense. A hit goes out on somebody and the cartel gets paid to take care of someone. Pete grabs it. Okay? He's got it set up. He's got an agent in his pocket. You ever watch Your Honor on Netflix, where the mobster has a judge to throw trials? He has a couple dirty cops in his pocket. Because how did he know that FBI agent John wouldn't arrest him? The right to privacy. Nobody can be in your home but protected like cases with statements. Dave can't, like they said, that idiot can't hire a stalker. He can't hire a serial rapist either. Can't hire a hitman to destroy, harm, or kill somebody. It's 10 years. So can he hire Pete? No, he has to be arrested for hiring Pete. Harming means 20. What they did, racketeering, RICO charges, drugs, kidnapping, rape, threats, attempted extortion under it, money laundering. Sound a little familiar? It's racketeering. Okay? The hit goes down that someone's to be taken care of. Pete grabs it. They got a whole setup. He has this person harmed, followed and rounded, couple attempts on their life, and then he sets up button cameras stalking them. Has the drug cartel guys break in and stab him with date rape drugs. Poor thing wakes up throwing up, heart racing, almost passing out. My unique scenario, I moved out to a house in the country. The well water looked like poop water. I'm washing in it, and I'm blaming everything on the well water. Got a severe personal infection until I can't hardly pee, almost passing out in front of people. Giant orange, lemon, grapefruit-sized bruises all over me. Going to Altman Family Physicians for all the signs of being drug, being raped. Be out fine, working outside, come in, wash my hands, make something to eat and drink, go in and use the bathroom, come out, take a drink of a Diet Coke. Room go dizzy and black and wake up hours later throwing up dizzy, can't hardly sit up. Huh? Severely infected and thinking the well water is killing me, washing in it. Here I've been drugged, beaten, raped again. Drugged up and told to say stuff with amnesia drugs so you're sleepwalking. He's been selling kiddie porn of my grandkids going potty, sex trafficking videos of everybody in the bathroom. Photoshopped, I heard a shower scene in the other room. Dear God, they could put you on the moon showering. Son. Shuttle. Put your head or your face on somebody else's body, words out of sentences, other sentence tape over. And then roofies, amnesia drugs, you're sleepwalking with no memory. And there's a whole list of prescription drugs that make you sleepwalk too in high doses. I've talked to the police. They all know about them. I talked to a criminal attorney. They knew about them too, so the prosecutor's office. And you are sleepwalking. Drug confessions, photoshopping and washing. And a sextortion act by a drug dealer that's a serial killer and a child molester. He's got his scam all set up, and then he brings back the scary people to scare that person into calling the FBI, and John's ready to get that case. Then that drug dealer goes over and drugs that victim up so they can't even get out of bed, so when he calls and leaves a voicemail, she can't answer. In the meantime, the idiots that hired that drug dealer to drug beat and rape him and harm him goes around and reassures him, I got this. I'm a federal agent and I got this. I'll take care of it. That's what he did. He went around telling everybody he was going to let them harm me. He told Apostolic Church of Barberton he knew I was being drug beat and raped and didn't care. Because the strangest lie. And he was going to turn me back over to him. That he purposely defrauded me. Oh, they told people that. A lot. They even came down and screamed last November, December in Target in Belden Village in their parking lot. We already told all these people there was someone from the FBI saying that she called them. Where I told him somebody told on me at that church, called me a liar. Then he confessed he had met with all of them 4 different times on a recorded line. And then when that victim calls him back and tells him somebody told on him, you liar. Tell him about the guy that threatened to knife me at Giant Eagle. Calls me a liar. Was there a camera above the bench? I don't know. He's like, and I said he tried to kidnap me before. He's a kidnapper for the human traffickers. He'd let him go with a warrant on him, or for his arrest. They wanted information how to find him. He had already killed Lori's family member. Dismembered her, by the way. Took my house manager's niece. And before I can say Terry Coberly seen him try to kidnap me, oh, come on now. I've met with that family in my office. The ones that are just making up shit to kill people. Her father killed her kid, and they're just making up shit to kill people now, too. And all those church people. And I know they are trying to kill you because you were faking you were sick and faking you got well while that family was grieving. It's Strange's lie. He made up 6 months later. It was medication error, medical malpractice almost killed me. It had nothing to do with the Vegas and her father killing her kid, showing off. And I wasn't even there. See what I mean? It's like, look, I really was sick. Was there a camera above the bench or not? I don't know. And you say you're lying, I'll arrest you. I went, what? He said, was there a camera above that bench or not? I don't know. You say you're lying or I'll put you in jail. It's like, fine, whatever. Ha, 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 ha. Now I want you to say you were faking you were sick before. Well, it's ridiculous. I almost died. Documented medical malpractice, documented medication errors. They were ripping off my insurance and they almost killed me. It took all my family physicians to tell on them. And it's documented. And Dr. Eli. 9 months of slowly getting well after having 6 to 10 surgeries. My muscles locked up and went to a bunch of crackpots. And they almost literally killed me. They, 150 pounds put on in a year or two. Thyroid shut down, adrenal gland shut down, heart valves enlarged, many heart attacks, brain swelling, seizures, lied I had tumors, lied I had epilepsy. I was even getting crystals forming in my eyes. I was dying. And they wanted to remove the level 2 brain tumors that weren't there. And they're just causing many heart attacks. Almost killed me. And it took all my family physicians to tell me it was a medication doing it. And they were known for lying. Falsely diagnosing people and ripping them off and making them sick and doing unnecessary procedures. Dear God, they wanted to take part of my brain out. Get an attorney soon, turn them over to the state so that they lose their license. And you're not the first person and the only person they have done it to. Doctors are still doing that. It was on Google. A bunch went to jail this last year. They're still doing it. And the ones that almost killed me, it was 22, 23 years ago, 24 years ago. They would be retired or dead. Okay? He's like, and it took me 9 months to get well. The medication was making me sick. I went from a 24 to a 16 from November of 2002 to April of 2003. I was almost well, and it took me till July to get well. May 3rd, 2003 was a traffic accident while at home. And Brian had to come tell us what Phil did. And then Strange made up that lie in November of 2003 when he thought I caught Tim and Katie together. Strange's lie. Even the police know the only one who was saying it was Strange. Just cover up Tim and Katie's adultery. Now, we're going to talk. Now, he said, I want you to say you're fake and you were sick before. Well, that's ridiculous. I almost died. He said, I said I really was sick before. Now, I've met with that family in my office. I met with all those church people. You need to realize what you've done. What did he just say 4 times? The Vegas, the church people, Vegas, church people. And I don't blame him for trying to kill you. See, he bullies them so they're scared of him. Aiding and abetting murder, an attempted murder. You need to realize what you've done. Now, you either say you're faking you were sick or I'll leave you there. It's on the recorded line. And it's like, I really was sick. Please don't let him kill me. You either say it or I'll leave you there. You hear me? I'll say it. I'm begging this bastard for my life. You say it or I'll leave you there. It's like, fine, just don't let him kill me. Why would the FBI help a person like you? Well, they're going to try to kill me. So, they've tried to kill me. So, it's his job to hunt killers. Those idiots came in and confessed to a federal cop. Dave told Danny he talked to him at that church when I walked off. Told you, even papers came down outside Target in Belden Village last November and screamed. We already told all these people. Somebody from the FBI showed up and talked to all of us. Oh, he told them he knew that I was being drug, beat, raped, and didn't care because of Strange lie. Can you imagine an agent saying that? Before I'm listed informant. Okay? Then it goes back to, why would the FBI help a person like you? Well, they're going to try to kill me. So, they've tried to kill me. So, another agent yells out, well, we could use the rapist's name, the drug dealer's name. He yells out the person that had been drug, beaten, raping me, the serial killer, the child molester's name. Dave hired on his own, where he told Danny to hire Pete on his own. We could use Pete's tape of Weird with yourself, the shower scene in the other room, where they made fun of FBI agent John June 7th, 23, and Walmart 62. The sheriffs have Lighthouse Tabernacle mocking FBI agent John. How they made a fool out of him. The only Pete I knew was my brother Medina. I said, what are you talking about? Because it's a shower scene in the other room. And it's extortion act photoshopped. Midden framing me March 24th, 22, May 12th, 22, and May 26th, 22 of the shower scene being done on purpose to make you look weird. Dude, they found the tapes of them emitting a shower scene in the other room. From March 1st to 3rd of 21, they put clips together, made them porn, and then what you're describing is showering. Ha 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 ha, she figured out what they did. To all the black and blue marks, they had been drugging me up and telling me say stuff. And it's extortion act, racketeering. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then he said something else about Pete. And it's one of my black and blue marks. I've never met the man that, like the police said, she's never met the man that did it. He's dangerous and he's out there. He confessed July 8th, 24, Altman Hospital Billing Department, that he called, he ordered those men to come here. He paid for all of them to show up. He paid for them to do all those things for me, to me. All those things to me. He paid for all those people to do all those things to me, and he pays for people to follow me around and say and do things. And that's him. Then he mentions Dave and all kinds of stuff. Echoing. July 8th, 24, 9:10 in the morning, Altman Hospital Billing Department. He's a drug dealer. Like they said, we all heard that old drug dealer confess, where Dave told Danny hire Pete on his own and speed. He's a serial killer, a child molester, selling human beings for money, running scams on people. Like they said, if she ever moves away, we'll have to tell the police that the drug cartel is running scams on people. Okay? We could use Pete's data. I don't even know who the hell Pete is. I said, what are you talking about? I bet you're going to say you don't know anything about this doctor selling your information. And it's like, what are you talking about? Well, I told you about that lady after the first year of my marriage. I got married in 85. In 86, I was pregnant with Josh. My dad gave Dave a job at Midwest Rubber. And then all of a sudden, we started getting all these bills. Started reporting insurance fraud. Kay McMillan, the secretary of the factory, told Dave there's no way that lady would have got my insurance information if she didn't get it. He didn't give it to her. You didn't have to show ID back then. You just called it in later. She stayed in hospital. Our insurance paid for like 70 to 80% of everything because it was union. And she ran up tens of $1,000s worth of copays. They told Dave if he didn't pay those copays, the factory wasn't getting stuck with him. That they'd get him for insurance fraud. And he's trying to say some crazy lady stole him. More likely it was one of his girlfriends, because 2 girls showed up where that hospital called me in 2001. Want to talk about your stay in the hospital. Or was it 2002? I said, I haven't stayed in your hospital in years. See, Dr. So-and-so, never heard of him. I told him about this lady using my insurance information. Well, we sat and talked, don't you remember? I said, ma'am, I've never talked to you. And I keep telling you that it's this lady's been using my insurance. She said, well, you said you have 2 little girls. I said, I have 3 stinky boys. And I told you this lady has my insurance and is running up medical bills. Was your insurance this? And I said, yes. Well, you're stuck. You now owe the copay. Click. It's a couple $1,000. Officer Mark over my case documented. It's been documented, verified. Another woman was using my insurance. Half my medical records from 86 to 2003 are hers. We got stuck with all kinds of copays. It's not funny where that Lauren showed up and said that she was one of Dave's daughters from that lady. Her mother was a crook and so was she. Okay. Yeah, we're going to talk. He's laughing at me for a drug scam. HIPAA violations, your doctor can never, ever talk about you at all. They can't testify in court against you. They get arrested, $250,000 fine and 1 to 5 years. They can definitely not talk to a drug dealer and a cult leader and your husband trying to kill you. And it's not public knowledge. It's the right to privacy. December 31st, 23 in Altman Hospital. Altman nurses talking. My God, nobody's to talk to these people. They had some guy impersonate a doctor, selling people's information. The hospital gets sued, and no one's going to back those doctors from before. My God, they were all lying so bad. They said she had brain tumors. There was nothing wrong with her, but her muscles locked up, and it was medication errors making her sick before. No one's going to back that. Cops walked by. All those doctors were lying before. Yes. Some medication making her sick before. That's where Officer Mark in August of last year told a lady in Kohl's parking lot, screamed it out that none of this is funny. He said, did her ex-husband defend her? He said, yes, we taped him. Did anybody ever talk to her? No. Then they had to frame her. It's been documented and verified. She was framed before. Was it the drug cartel? Yes, we seen him. So who did Dave hire? The drug cartel. And it's been documented and verified. Another woman was using her insurance. And it's been documented and verified that it was a medication error that made her sick before. It's medical malpractice. Documented by the police. They were just ripping me off. The Altman family physicians made sure they said something in front of the cops when I went in there like the first month of the case. that it was a medicine making me sick. Documented medical malpractice and medication errors. Okay? You got to think, with the laws that Pete running this stupid scam, those agents laughing at me for the rapist that was hired, a drug cartel guy, a human trafficker, a serial killer, a child molester, hired to run a drug scam, and they didn't arrest him on the spot. And Dave yelling, I hired him. I got a teenage girlfriend. I'm 60. And a cult leader saying we're furthering our cause and make up pathetic reasons to kill people. And he didn't arrest the circus show. The idiots went in and confessed to a federal cop. There's racketeering charges, drugs, kidnapping, rape, threats, attempted extortion, money laundering. Sextortion, photoshopping, trying to get money out of photoshopping, washing, kiddie porn laws of him taking videos and selling of my grandkids going potty. Oh, I've heard a lot about that one too. And all the drug confessions, they were human trafficking me under drugs so I wouldn't know what happened. Being drugged, being raped, for any reason, is not okay. And being sold on porn sites, there's revenge porn laws. Sexual predators, the drug cartel, running scams on victims in their homes. And those agents laughing at me? How I didn't know what they were doing? They had, like they said when the case first started, they had her drugged up so bad. Her ex-husband was having her drugged, being raped, and she didn't know what was happening to her. Even the doctor was treating all the signs. I have a headache so bad I can't take it. I've been throwing up. We'll get you something for a headache and nauseousness. I almost passed out in front of the neighbor. I got all these giant bruises all over me. My muscles hurt. Did you fall? No. Maybe you're coming to need me. Give me iron pills, muscle relaxers. My personal area is so swollen I can't hardly pee. Is it the dirty well water? I'm washing it. Here I'm being drugged, beaten, raped, with no memory of what happened to me, and drugged up and told to say stuff by a drug dealer. That's how not funny this is. And those idiots laughing at me on a recorded line, their job was to arrest all the idiots for walking in his office and confessing. Not make fun of the rape victim. I bet you're going to say you don't know anything about this, doctor, selling your information. I already went over that. That was some guy, another drug dealer impersonating a doctor. Okay? Laughs at me. It's just a con, another con. So I don't know what you're talking about. Give me a real reason. Well, my brother-in-law, Craig Davis, died working for the government under Dick Cheney, March 26, 1990. He used to travel the world. That agent disgraces every good officer, every good agent that actually takes their job seriously and risks their life every day to save others. He disgraces every fallen soldier and everybody that defends freedom. He disgraces them. And I'm not going to cry. And then he asked me if, when I told him about Craig, for real, he was a private consultant for the FBI, unrestricted, did war weapons, spyware, traveled the world and worked under Dick Cheney at the Pentagon. That makes him DIA, I found out. For my one bosses is spook. I mean spy. You could go into other countries undercover. My brother-in-law, I thought he was cool before. Find out he was 007. That's really cool. Amazing, sweet, geekiest man. Handsome. Nation lost a lot when he died. His dad worked at the Pentagon making war weapons. His friends worked at FBI headquarters. He asked that going back to the recorded line, then he asked me if I talked to any law enforcement up there. I told him the only 2 officers I ever talked to was August 8th of 18. They came out, I had a 911 call, light in our security system. They were silly or stupid. They said that it looked like an alien orb or an angry spirit. And I thought they were dehydrated. I offered them water and then told me to buy a dog and let a dog handle it. They didn't want bothered. If someone came on my property again. You're kidding, right? I said, no. They don't care at all. And then he said, I could take you somewhere. I said, matter of fact, I've never even had my neighbors in my home. I've only had repair guys and installation guys and family. I don't know what you're talking about. Is that what's going on? Then he offers to take me somewhere, leave me with no money. And then offers me the $5,000 a month, immunity for life. Even when I tell, for you have a life of peace as an informant, nothing legally stated, dated against you again, and only for you, and only for you would we ever do this for. We'll always put it back as if it never happened. Even when you tell, you can't be legally charged for anything again for working this case. I have 1 traffic ticket from 89. Like Officer Mark said, he had no worries. I have 1 traffic ticket. And you'll have that money to live on when you move out. I open an account with $5,000 a month. Okay? Admit to no wrongdoing, and I'll take care of everything in the end. But if you're trying to tell someone, unless you're crazy, no one help you. 14th Amendment, you can't withhold protection. You can't just take somebody's money, but due process of the law. See, that agent did that. He doesn't, freedom of speech, no one can tell you can't say anything. Not police, not the FBI, nobody but a judge. It's a freedom of speech, right to privacy over your house. Nobody can be in your home. Police or agents do it, it's entrapment, they go to jail. Otherwise, they're stalking tapes. You have a right to privacy in your own home. You also have a right to remain quiet and a right to an attorney. And on top of it all, that agent told on me and made fun of me for a drug dealer, a human trafficker, a child molester that was hired to drug and run a drug scam here. And it's documented as a drug scam. So Pete and John, you got the setup for him to grab the case and to steal the victim's money. Is that what's going on? I've talked to the criminal attorney, prosecutor's office, and police out of this area. That agent doesn't have enough authority to ask you to stay quiet. It takes the judge for the freedom of speech. He was only bullying you. I said, well, I already confessed several times he met with everyone. Don't matter. He was only bullying you, and he can't talk to you like that. And he can't just take your money. The money's for working the case and only for working the case. And until I talk to the prosecutor's office, until they put me in another witness protection program, you'll stay an informant for life. You can't get out. Because they could try to kill you again and wait. I'm going to upload this.